gentlemen, I am the Dream. This is the SBTV Nation, and I am here to represent all the gamblers out there that got smoke show yesterday with the LA Clippers. I am here to give my sincerest apologies. I got my boy Hatter on with me, and we can get into it this morning. What's happening, player?
What's up, kid? How you doing, man?
Man, I just needed to start off with a little bit of Big Brother in the background, kind of easy going this morning as I'm feeling a little bit upset about all the money dropped yesterday.
All good, Playboy. Well, speak for yourself on that, man, because your boy swept the board yesterday, Playboy.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah,
very
man.
Nice. You know what? I mean, I watched the game. You know, it was, you know, it wasn't just me. If you listen to the analysts, you listen to the pros, and even guys that played the game, you know, they'll tell you that you know, the Clippers. You know, the Clippers had them. I don't know what happened. The Clippers had them. I guess it all turned around Game 5. They should have won in Game 6. You know, at home they were up. You know, and I thought they were only up 17. Turns out they were up more than that.
I told you they were up over 20, bro.
Yeah, I know. And ended up blowing that game. That's a monumental loss. And then yesterday, man, they came out. They were so pensive and so tight. And I generally don't have a problem with Doc Rivers' coaching, and I still don't. Right? My only thing with this game was a game like yesterday. I believe that he should have a little deeper in the bench than he did, and let the bench guys go from it, just so like the starters could just wake up and shake it off. Remember Houston, when they came back by their 20 and all that, Harden was sitting on the bench. Sometimes you got to let them dudes loose on the bench and just go for broke and let them do their thing, and they can bring like the, you know, some more energy or a different type of energy to some stuff that's just not working. Because when you're down and you're pressing and you're still down for the starters, it kind of, you know, I think it maybe gets to them mentally. And a lot of guys did say, you know, after losing that game, how do you mentally come back? Got to give everybody who hit me up with that stuff props. I mean, I had Ben out there. I had a couple of people out there who gave me a bunch of information on the Rockets, and said that the Rockets, you know, were going to win that game. And big ups to you guys, whoever told me that. You know, I know a bunch of you guys hit me up. I'm trying to pull up some of the names as we speak, but for the most part, great job on your part and bad job on my part.
Hey, you know what, man? I tried to send you the life jacket, Playboy.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I am not impressed, and I'm still not. You know, I'm not impressed with the way that Houston plays. I don't like the way they play. I don't like the way they score. Yesterday I actually was impressed with their defense for once, and I really don't like their defense that much, but I was impressed with their defense. So, you know, I went with the team that I thought was the better team. I mean, the Clippers had them. I don't know what happened to the Clippers yesterday, man. You know, and people talk about Chris Paul. I had no problem with his game. Blake Griffin, where you at? If not offensively, defensively, you know, just Josh Smith was just murdering them. I didn't get JJ Redick. You know, I didn't get enough production out of JJ Redick, but JJ Redick was rough with his production throughout most of the playoffs, as far as I'm concerned, for that team. But they were able to get beyond that. I didn't get, you know, I didn't mind Jamal Crawford's game, but I didn't get as much as I would want in a Game 7 from him. I could live with what he gave me, though. And then as far as anybody else, we just got nothing out of them. So, you know, I'm not putting the fault on Chris Paul, because I thought Paul played well. I thought Paul played well, actually, through most of the series when he was back, especially coming off of an injury. The other guys just seemed like I don't know, they couldn't get it done. And defensively, man, this team, they just were terrible defensively down the stretch in these last two games.
Yeah, I know they were. It was nuts. I mean, you see those wide open dunks and all that. I was like, oh man. I mean, it was kind of embarrassing for a minute there, bro.
Yeah, it was, dude. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what happened to them. You know, they had pulled it to within 3 in the second half, and I said, okay, maybe they're gonna come alive. You know, you got it. I think mentally they had to know that they could, whatever formula they were using at the beginning, I mean, it worked. And why they would go away from that, I don't know. But I saw a point where, you know, everybody just looked so tight. Nobody really wanted to take a shot. You know, they a little bit too much ball movement, that extra there was some times when they made that one too many passes, and I don't know, man. They were not. When you come out Game 7 on the road, you got to have that, you know, eye of the tiger, so to say, and just go strictly business, go in there and get it done and make it happen. And they went in there kind of, you know, glossy-eyed and trying not to make mistakes. And if you play on the edge like that, you're just not going to win.
No, definitely not. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is. And we got the next series coming up, man. We got the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors, kid. The Warriors are minus 800 on the series play, son.
Well, that's letting you know how they feel about the Warriors and how competitive they feel that series is going to be.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, does Houston have any shot in the world of beating this Golden State Warriors team? I don't know. I mean, if they – dude, I pray. I really do, but –
you know, I think one of the best things that happened to Golden State was the obviously the Grizzlies series. It woke them up a little bit, you know, especially losing games 2 and game 3. I think that woke them up a little bit. I don't think they'll take Houston for granted. You know, if Golden State does what they do, they should have no issues with Houston. I mean, I don't expect anything, you know, I don't expect Houston to make too much noise in this series. But, you know, obviously maybe I need to fall back from that a little bit. I still think, you know, I just don't like Houston. I don't like the way they play. I mean, it's not nothing personal against Houston. I just am not impressed by the way they play. And it's like I said before, they got a bunch of parts and like no foundation. And I don't know where the leadership on that team comes from outside of the coach as far as your, you know, on the floor leadership. Because I'm not a believer in Harden as the go-to man. I mean, I know his numbers are good. You know, I know he's a great player. I'm not saying that he's not. I just believe that he's more of a complimentary style player than the go-to guy.
It's tough for me to say, man. I mean, I like Ariza's gameplay. I like what Harden does. Dwight Howard as a rebounder, man, is great. You got to give him that at least. I know you can't stand him at all, but, you know, he's been pulling down a lot of rebounds, bro.
The thing with him, man, is he just, you know, he laughs the whole game. It's all a big joke, stupid fouls, you know, and that's another thing. The Clippers, you know, fatigue really showed in yesterday's game.
Oh, big time.
They look
huge.
Exhausted, too,
yeah, I mean, well, you go 2 7-game series, bro. That's what happens.
Yeah, they look absolutely exhausted. But dude, this is a play. I mean, 2-7. It's the playoffs. I mean, what? You're not conditioned to play in the playoffs? That's your job.
Guess not.
You know what I'm saying? That's your job. So I don't really want to hear about how, you know, I did notice they were tired, but they shouldn't have been. They should have been out there rearing to go, as far as I'm concerned. That's what you get paid to do. That's what you're paid millions of dollars to do. You got nothing else to do but do that. So be in shape. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's all good, but you know what? You got to put that in the rearview mirror, man. Why don't you start telling some of your boys baseball?
I want to say, hey, big ups to everybody that's retweeting the show. Got Sir Mod out there, Spot Bet, C. Rodriguez Jr., P for Prez, Tip Talker, Nonstop Sports Action, Eddie E, Benjamin Rowe, Jay Snyder, Triple B, Real Benjamin, Sport Shark, James Harrelson, Irvin, Underdogs D, OJFB, what's going on? Lou Dog, Face Kicker, Holiday, Joe Zippy, and Buddy the Dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, you know, yesterday, just going back to the diamond there, kid, I had the K-Sizzle Royals, dude. 6-0 winners over the Stanks. So, I was, you know, yesterday was so nice for me, man. I was sitting on my couch in cruise control, brother. I had 6-0 on the K-Sizzle. I had the under 10.5 in the Cubs in Pittsburgh game.
Yep.
It's on 3-0 final score. 3-0. Big ups to the Cheese on that. My man, the Cheese, hit me up and said, "Hey, the line's 11 during the game. Remember that, or during the show?"
Yep.
And dude, that was so money, man. So big ups to my man, the Cheese, for hooking me up with that. And then you know what? As soon as I saw Houston go up 7, it was 14-7 in that game. I grabbed them on a live line, dude. I said I had to go against you on that, dude. I just knew for a fact I didn't see the Clippers coming back yesterday, bro.
Yeah, I saw you when you posted it, but they did close it within 3 in the second half. You know, my thing was, like I said, I had a lot of money on the game. You know, the more money you got, the harder it is to hedge. You could hedge. You know, me and the kid were talking about that yesterday. It's easy to hedge when you got $25 on the game. When you got $2,500 on it, it's not so easy.
Tell me about it. And the live lines were expensive, bro.
Yeah.
You would have had to put like $7,500 to get the hell out of that.
Yeah, no kidding. Right, exactly.
I mean, I got it at, I was minus 303. I was like, oh, man, that's is it me or are the live lines getting a little bit more expensive these days?
Yeah, no, I noticed I've been noticing that, but it like I said, it depends when you get it. I probably should have got it when they got it to 3. I probably should have snatched it up then.
Yeah, good point.
Good point. But I mean, even still, like I said, I had to. There's no way I could have hedged out of it because I had a ton of money on it. So to get out of it, I would have had to put up. I didn't even have enough. I didn't even have enough on the books to put up enough to get out of it. I would have had to deposit and try to get up out of here. Which, in fact, I have to deposit today.
Gotta take one of them.
Not feeling happy about that at all.
Take one of them checks that you got sent home and put it right back in.
No doubt, man. That's so dusty. I gotta. Hey, you know what? The good thing though is at least, like I was saying yesterday, man. At least you don't gotta go pay the bookie because remember you used to have to go, hit up the bank or go in the safe, get all that money together, and then the whole time you're like in the back of your mind saying, "Oh, what an idiot! How am I gonna pay this? I'm gonna get this through all this money." You're thinking about all the stuff you could do with the money. Then you start getting grimy thoughts about robbing the book. You be like, "Yo, I should just rob this cat, man. Why am I paying this too?"
And the worst part about it is when you give him the money and he's just like, "Oh yeah, sorry for your loss." Yeah, right, son. Yeah, he gets in the truck smiling.
Oh man, that's the best thing about not using no bookie, man, is going to with that loot. Or the worst thing is like if your wife, if you gotta go in the savings, and your wife happens to dip in the savings and be like, "Yo, there's like $5,000 missing." It's like $5,000 missing.
Oh, I know.
And then you try to play it off like you don't know what's going on. Like, "Oh, let me check something. There must be a mistake."
Yes.
Must be a mistake. Let me get on that. Give me all the bank stuff. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna call. We got to shut down our account with that bank. They keep messing up. Hey, but the worst is when your own boy has to meet you with his losses and pay you his losses because you won.
Very funny. Very funny. You're an idiot, man.
Got you feeling all bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. Whatever, man. That was a nasty little football season there, man. I lost 30,000 large that football season, player.
Don't tell cats them numbers.
That was a couple years ago, man, and I'll never, ever do that again. Let me just tell you about it. That was about 7 weeks worth of work, too. That was nothing.
Oh, my God. Hatter was getting bombed. I started off getting bombed, and I came back because I was stubborn. I came back, and I was able to pull out. And I ended up killing them in the end because once it went in the hoop, I murdered them with hoop. I was doing 3-team teasers that year with LeBron and OKC and the Spurs. 3-team teasers like every night for like a nickel. And the dude was meeting me like every week with 5. I was getting like 5 G's a week. And my man was irate. By the end of it, they had to switch. By the end of the season, they had to switch from the book that they were using to another dude. Because I had wore out the other side.
Oh, man. So anyway, kid, so we got a lot to talk about today, my brother. We gotta get this money, kid. I mean, listen, I had Friday and Saturday. I had some pretty rough days, but managed to get some of it back yesterday, and looking to continue that, guys. So like I said, we don't chase. We just keep it moving, and before you know it, all of a sudden, because, I mean, like I said, we built up a pretty big bankroll.
Yep.
And, you can sustain a couple of days like that because it is gambling, guys. You're not going to win every single day. It's just not going to happen. But for me, you take a day like a 3-0 day yesterday to put a smile on your face, get up in the morning, get supercharged, and get ready to rock, kids. So looking at this, man, what do you want to do? You want to talk about the NHL game tonight? We got the Rangers playing.
Yes, let's get into that. The Rangers have still been a little bit anemic with their offense, but they are getting it done. Defensively, they've been playing pretty good. You guys got to like their defense. The goalie's been standing on his head. I mean, Holmes has just been dope on the rope. Real quick into yesterday's game. Guys, do not take the Ducks lightly. The Ducks, you know, like I said, they've been quietly over there just doing what they're supposed to do, getting the job done. And it looks like that yesterday was, you know, no different as they did their thing yesterday. My only knock on the Blackhawks, which I've said this a few times, is they just rely on Kane a little bit too much. I've seen guys on open breakaways, and instead of them taking the puck and, you know, trying to put it in or doing their own thing, they're quicker to just pass it back to Kane. I'm like, well, why are you passing it back to him, dude? You go do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like my only issue with the Blackhawks. Other than that, you know, I like them, but the Ducks, you know, they played them really well yesterday. They came out, they showed them what's up. That's gonna be a good series. And do not discount the Ducks because they are not getting walked over. Like I said, last year the Ducks looked like they were going to win the Stanley Cup last year until they imploded in their series, and it looks like they ain't having no parts of it this year. So do not be surprised with the Ducks outcome. Now back to the Lightning tonight. Hey, listen, I think you got to go with the Rangers again. I like the Rangers. They're home. The Rangers, I believe, no, they got to win their home games. They have to win their home games, especially right now with they're not scoring. They need to win their home games, so they need to bring it tonight. We're still looking for Nash to show up. I don't know. Is he injured? I don't know what his deal is, but we definitely still looking for him to show up. I would say it's going to be another tight game. I expect the Lightning to really try to bring it tonight as far as their intensity. Not that they're not always intense, but hey, the Rangers defense has been holding it down for them, and my man's been standing on his head, like I said, the goalie. So I think you got to just hold the line and stay with the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, they're only minus 135 tonight, dude. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was having a conversation last night, man, about this. I mean, let me ask you a question. I mean, how do you handicap, like, the same matchup 2 nights in a row? You know what I mean? Like, you have the exact same situation, other than, you know, barring injuries or whatnot. You know, you have the same matchup. You know what I mean? Like, game 1 and game 2. Identical matchup. So what would, handicappers out there, what would change your philosophy going from game 1 to game 2? Is it the motivation factor of, you know, Tampa Biscuit being up against the ropes? I mean,
I would actually think, believe it or not, I would think from a handicapper standpoint, especially a guy that uses stats and numbers, you should be better at handicapping game 2 than game 1, because in game 1 you handicap, but you handicap from previous situations, you know, previous games, you know, and previous numbers. Now game 2 you are going to handicap and use as part of your blueprint game 1.
I guess so. I guess
you know
so. I guess
so
maybe it's more eye test than
the
anything.
Numbers would be more, you know, would be even better in that situation.
I'm trying to think. Maybe it's the eye test stream. You know, you saw the matchups in game 1.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, for each player, you know, what they've been doing, you know, with the going against the opposing teams. That's the only difference, that and injuries. I can't really see much of a difference, you know, in between game 1 and game 2, you know, especially in this series.
I mean, the Rangers had in game 1, the Rangers had 30 shots on goal as opposed to the Lightning's 24. Definitely look for the Lightning to step up their shots on goal tonight. Part of that was Ranger defense. Part of that was Tampa Bay not really, you know, doing it the way they should be doing. The Rangers had 30 hits on the Lightning. And I told you the Rangers were going to bang the Lightning up, because these are 2 different styles of hockey right here. But the Rangers had 30 hits on Tampa Bay to 18. So you getting banged up a little bit when you only got 18 to their 30. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So they probably are in the back talking about it right now in the locker room, saying, hey, we got to bring it tonight. We got to have a little bit more passion. We got to come a little bit stronger in this evening's game because they really banged us up on Saturday.
What about the under, man? It seems like they're all going under.
Yeah, the Rangers seem to be involved in a lot of under games. I don't know, the problem is that Lightning generally up until like these games were scoring. So under looks pretty solid, to be honest with you.
4.5.
The under looks pretty solid.
4.5, maybe buy it up to 5.
Yeah, the under looks pretty solid to me. I would wait till game time to play the over under, because I noticed whenever these open at 4.5, they generally have gone back to 5. Generally 5's the number, and they've gone back to 5 like around an hour before game. So I would wait. I never seen it go down to 4. I haven't seen that. So if you were gonna play the total, guys, I would definitely wait till about an hour before the game starts.
Taking a look at this, the total has gone under in 10 of the last 14 Tampa Biscuit games on the road, bro. And the Rangers at home, the total's gone under in 5 of the last 6. I'm thinking about taking a shot with the under, but buying it up to 5.
Yeah, you definitely buy it up to 5 if you can, but remember, just do what I said.
Yeah, I remember.
Wait,
definitely.
Yeah, wait an hour before the game before you do it, because I think it may go to 5, and then you can get it up to 5.5 or 6, which you should be golden at 6. But yeah, I think that's I think that's not a bad move. It's not. I don't think that's a bad move at all. I just worry about I worry about Tampa Bay finally waking up and scoring. Even though I think the Rangers defense is going to be a problem for them, but if Tampa Bay gets on, they score in bunches. So you're looking at, for some reason I still see it as a push, because I see 3-2. So
push is better than a loss, though, Playboy.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Doubt.
So you got to be able to have somewhere where you can buy that up to 5 if it does not go to 5. So, all right, man. So that's enough of that. Just like to talk a little bit of series plays. We have tomorrow night. We have the Golden State Warriors and Houston matchup. Let me just see what the series plays is now. What it pays, because I was looking at it last night and I was just like on the floor with that minus 800 for Golden State. I was like, wow, son, that's kind of crazy. Let me pull up this and see what I got as far as series prices are concerned. I know that my boy was like minus 200. Golden State's up to minus 900, bro. That's right up your alley.
No doubt. No, it is. I'm going to take them, and I'm going to probably, in a series par, and leave it open for 2 spots. I think I'm probably going to add Cleveland to it. I like Cleveland. I don't think Atlanta's going to beat Cleveland. I'm probably going to add Cleveland to it, and then I may make another call. I may actually, I may end up taking Rangers are minus 245 in their series. I really want to get on the other series, to be honest with you. I may turn and take Anaheim. I'll figure it out though.
Anaheim there's probably not much value at this point.
No, there's probably not. I'm gonna obviously you got to wait till the next game and see what's gonna happen. But I may just do that to cover.
I'm looking at this, man. I mean, let me ask you a question, because I haven't really got to talk to you about the NBA that much. What happened to Washington, bro?
Dude, I think Wall, the Wall injury, it just was too big for them. And even when he came back, yeah, he had the good game in Game 5. But in Game 6, I think his injury, down the stretch, because he missed a couple of the foul shots. I didn't get to see Game 6 because I had the boys. I had them out that night. But I think that his injury ended up being too much to overcome for them. And he was put in some spots where it definitely hampered him. Missed a couple of foul shots. A couple of layups got missed. Their defense was a little bit stagnant in that at the end of that game. But I think that injury, and therein lies a little bit of your issue with taking series and futures, is if a major guy gets hurt or you get a major injury, you're hit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I looked at Washington's lineup, and I looked at versus Atlanta's lineup, and it just seemed like the talent level for Washington was better to me. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but you know what? They honestly did not show. Another team, I don't get it. At home, that Game 6, they did not really show up like they should have.
Yeah, I feel you.
as far as a total team effort, I don't get, I understand that some of it's the other team's defense, but you gotta, man, I don't know. Some of these teams, when they get in these situations, you think they're gonna be able to hold it down, and they just like kind of self-implode. I noticed they were down because I was trying to get live look-ins, and they were down the majority. They could never get the lead in Game 6.
Right.
They could never get the lead. They would close it to within 3, then take it back up to 6. Close it to within 2, then to get it back up to 8. And they finally didn't get it right. I think they caught a lead in like the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. They finally went up by 2, and then immediately, went back down again.
You know what? I was looking at that, and Washington did come down to the end a couple of times. I mean, you remember? I forgot what game it was. Maybe it was Game 5, where the Truth hit the 3. And then they came down and they got that last second bucket to win. And then the Truth hit another 3, but it was at the end of regulation, and it didn't come out of his hands in time, dude.
Right, that's what I saw that. That was Game 6. Yep,
yeah,
that was the last game.
Yeah, so they fought pretty well, but. Hey, you know what? You look at Atlanta's lineup.
But that was still the tie to game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was still the tie to game. You're right. Still wasn't for the win. I get it. But, you look at Atlanta's lineup. I mean, you got Carroll there. You've got Millsap. I forgot the other guy's name or whatever.
Teague.
Yeah, you got Teague. I mean, you got a pretty good team there, man, with Atlanta. And they did beat up on Cleveland all year long with Kevin Love in the lineup as well.
Okay.
Just saying. I don't think anybody's giving Atlanta any credit, bro.
Yeah, I'm not really all that with them. I didn't like the way they handled either one of their series. I didn't like the way they handled Brooklyn, and I didn't like the way they handled, Washington, to be honest with you. In fact, I like I said, if Wall didn't get hurt, I think Washington would have beat them. But you're right. We got to give them a look. I'm gonna probably take a look at it tonight a little bit closer. Where you got to give them a little bit more credit as far as what they did regular season. I think you'll be able to gauge them. After the game on Wednesday. It would be nice to know. We got maybe some issues with Kyrie Irving as far as his health is concerned.
Yes, I don't know if he's playing or not.
If Kyrie's not playing, you definitely need to. We definitely need to fall back from the Cavs.
Yes. Yeah, it's only a 1-point spread, brother.
Yeah, definitely need to fall back from the Cavs. As he's obviously a very important addition. But we'll have to take a look at that. Let's wait till at least till tomorrow to hear what the situation is as far as the injury report is concerned, and we can move forward from there.
All right, sounds good, man. So we got to go over to the Diamond, my man. See what we got. So we did the NHL. So I'm kind of leaning the under in that Ranger game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a heavy play, guys, because it's a little bit out of my comfort level. But if I can get that down, if I could buy it up to 5 somehow, I'll do it. If it's 4.5, I'm going to fall back from it. Okay.
And I like the Rangers, guys. I just like the Rangers to win the game. I think it's very important. I think the Rangers know that it's very important to not lose home ice advantage in this game. Even though I know I've talked about the ice and it not being as important. And when I say that, once again, guys, home ice, what I'm saying is because you're not right there with the crowd, like hoop, the crowd is like right there, with you. They're screaming and yelling. You're able to feed off of their energy and get it going, a little bit too, so with football as well. But with hockey, you figure you're in that rink, you got the helmet on, you're skating, yeah, it's noisy, but it's not like you can feed off of that energy, to me, in the same way. Now, of course, the home team gets the last line change, so that's your advantage. But outside of that, I don't know that they get the crowd advantage like other sports do. So, but still, the Rangers should still try to get this done.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, let's shoot over to the Diamond and see what we got, man. I want to see if I could get some winners in here, man. So, I was feeling St. Lucia last night, but you know what? I felt like I would be pushing it, and I didn't play the game, and, hey, they won, but what am I going to do about that? I had a lot of people hitting me up, asking me what I was thinking about the 8 o'clock game. Guys, listen, when I win a bunch of games, I like to fall back. I don't like to keep going. You know what I mean? I like to kind of just count my winnings and just and wait till the next day. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I roll. It's up to you guys what you want to do there. So going into this.
I saw some information there yesterday about the public and everybody being on the Cardinals, and don't get me started.
Oh, I know. The public wins.
and then after the Cardinals won, it was quiet.
Just so you know, guys, sometimes the public wins. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. All right, so let me just switch this up and go into the first game.
If you're gonna be adamant with your wins, you know, I noticed there's not the same kind of intensity when you lose for a certain few bunches of you out there. So a couple guys like to win, and then when they lose, they kind of disappear, and I don't really like that. You know that when I lose, I'm always as right there, as big mouth and as full throttled as when I win. And I think that we all need to adopt that, or otherwise just go easy on when you win, and then don't plug it.
Yes.
You want to be quiet when you lose, to be quiet when you win.
Yes. All right. First game we got on the ticket. So we only have 7 games on the diamond today, brother. First game we got on the ticket, we got the LA Angels at the Toronto Blue Jays. And let's see, LA's got C.J. Wilson on the mound. Toronto has Aaron Sanchez. LA minus 123 with an under-over of 9.
Wilson is 2-2 with a 2.63 ERA. The Angels are 19-18 all around. They are 9-9 on the road. The Blue Jays are 17-22. They are 9-7 at home. Sanchez is 3-3 with a 4.26 ERA.
All right, for me, I don't have any interest in that game whatsoever, guys. You already know what the Toronto Bats can do. They are scoring 5.13 runs a game. Their pitching has been very bad, though. Taking a look at it, they were actually scoring a lot more than that until recently. But Toronto's home ERA allowed 5.4 runs. My God. Terrible. Just awful. So the Toronto, you know what I mean? If anything, you're looking at overs with the Toronto Blue Jays, that's for sure. The total's going over in 4 of the last 6 games for Toronto. And let me see. But LA has been keeping everybody under. So I would say that's a fallback, personally. And Dream, I'm sure you'll agree with me on that.
I will.
All right. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Milwaukee Brewers coming into the Detroit Tigers. And Milwaukee has Fires on the mound, where Detroit has Kyle Lobstein. Detroit minus 150 with an under-over of 8.5. What you got?
The Brewers are 18-25. They are 5-10 away. My man Fires is 1-4 with a 5.00 ERA. Tigers are 23-15, 11-8 at home. Lobstein is 3-3 with a 4.33 ERA.
I kind of like the Tigers here.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, I kind of like the Tigers here. But, here's the issue is, they're all traveling. You know what I'm saying? And it was a late game last night.
Really, son?
No, I'm dead serious, dude.
Do you not remember my Nationals experiment with that travel?
I know.
Don't even try it with me with that.
I mean, I don't know how far is St. Lucia to Detroit, but it's a late game last night. You know what I'm saying? They had a late night flight coming in, probably still getting 8 hours of sleep, like my boy Crush the Bookie said last night. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm gonna put this one on standby. Because I feel the same way about the St. Lucia Cardinals coming into New York as well. So, but if I had to lean, I would take Detroit. Little heavy juice, minus 150, guys. But, hey, whatever. I'm not afraid of that number at all. Let me just take a look at Fires and Lobstein here. Detroit is superior in pretty much every single category here. I mean, they're playing the Brewers. 4.47 runs a game. They're superior in runs for, runs against, runs differential, team ERA, offensive hits, offensive walks, defensive hits, defensive walks, and defensive strikeouts. Milwaukee's 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games doing what they do. Detroit is 4-2 straight up in the last 6. This Brewers team has been a thorn in everybody's side, though, lately. So I'm going to put that on standby and go from there. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks at the Miami Marlins. Arizona has De La Rosa on the mound. Miami has Dan Herron. Miami minus 130 with an under-over of 8. Arizona coming off of getting pounded by the Philadelphia Phillies, kid. You believe that?
Yep.
Unbelievable. What you got there?
De La Rosa is 4-2 with a 4.50 ERA. The Diamondbacks are 15-21. They are 6-9 on the road. The Marlins are 16-22, 8-10 at home. Herron's 4-2 with a 3.70 ERA.
All right, taking a look at this, guys. Looking at some trends. Arizona 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games, and Miami 1-6 straight up in the last 7. Nasty game. Anybody that's getting on that, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're smoking, but for me, I'm gonna fall back. That's all I gotta say. When you got 2 teams that are just spiraling out of control like that, you can't bet them. I mean, I took Arizona the other night. I figured they would beat the Phillies at least one game, and I got smoke showed. So that's not for me. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the St. Lucia Cardinals coming into the New York Mets. And St. Lucia has John Lackey on the mound. The Mets have Mr. Matt Harvey with the Mets minus 140 and an under-over of 6.5. What you got there?
Lackey's 2-2 with a 3.22 ERA. The Cardinals are 25-12, 10-7 on the road. The Mets are 22-16, 15-4 at home. Harvey is 5-1 with a 2.31 ERA. Guys, I'm playing this no-score first inning in this game.
I was thinking
I put the money on the books. I am playing a no-score first inning in this game.
I was thinking that too, bro. I kind of like that one.
The Mets generally have been involved in a lot of my no score first inning scenarios. I got like about 4 teams that I've been tracking, and that I've been working with, and the Mets are one of them. Generally when they are involved, if you got a good side pitcher, you got Cardinals coming in, like you said, maybe there's a little bit of a fatigue factor. Hopefully that'll affect their bats. The thing is, when you do I notice when you do the no score first inning, generally, you have to get the first 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you let that float, if you let that one guy get on base for some reason, it's that cleanup batter, that 4th batter, usually gets that damn run in. I'll just look for them to go down, pretty easy. But I am going to be on this no score first inning in this game as soon as I put my money on the books.
Oh man, it's probably heavy juice for that matchup.
I would say it's got to be minus at least 140.
At least you're probably more like 160, bro.
Probably more like let's see. Yeah, you're right. Lackey's 3.22 on the ERA. Plus the Mets are home. Yeah, you're probably right. It probably is about probably 150.
Going to the next game here. So I don't have an opinion on a side. I mean, St. Lucia is a better team, but going against Matt Harvey, you just can't. I mean, I'd be crazy going against Matt Harvey. You know what I'm saying? That's the race.
Yes, sir.
That's the race. So, next one we got on the ticket, we got the Oakland A's coming into the Houston Astros. Oakland has Drew Pomerantz on the mound. Houston has McCullers. Houston minus 125 with an under-over of 8. What you got?
And the A's are 13-28. They are 8-12 away. Pomerantz is 2-3 with a 4.42 ERA. The Astros are 25-13. They are 13-9 at home. McCullers is getting his first start, so we don't have any statistical numbers on him.
All right. Taking a look at that game, guys. You know what? Houston should get the job done. The problem is that I don't know anything about this pitcher. He has no stats to report. So, you know what I usually do, like the same thing what I did with Syndergaard. I watch a couple of games. So you got to kind of get a look in. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch this game since it's the Houston Astros and Oakland A's. Here in Connecticut, I guarantee you that it's not going to be on TV. So I'm going to probably watch a little, little highlights, maybe stream the game or something like that, kind of get a look at this guy and see what he's at. But Oakland, dude, 1-10 straight up in the last 11 games, Dream.
Yep.
Houston's riding a 5-game winning streak. Dude, no way. Sorry, guys. Not for me. But the next game is for me. And, Dream, you're probably going to cringe.
I am. I already saw it.
You're going to cringe with what I say about this. Oh, we got the Cleveland Indians coming into the Chicago White Sox. And Cleveland has Mr. Kluber on the mound. And Chicago has my boy Chris Sale on the mound. Chicago minus 120 with an under-over of 7.
Kubler is 1-5 with a 4.27 ERA. The Indians are 14-22. They are 8-10 on the road. The White Sox are 17-17, 10-5 at home. Sale is 3-1 with a 5.09 ERA.
Taking Chris Sale.
Yeah, I know.
The last couple outings, I didn't take him, and they won. So, you know what? Now, if I take him, he's going to lose. So, guys, I'm not recommending it. Listen, let your boy go into the Lions Den on his own with that, all right? But I'm feeling Lobstein for Detroit, and I'm feeling Chris Sale for the Chicago White Sox. I think those are my two plays. I'll get back to you later on. Let me do a little homework on this. Let's kind of see what the weather's doing out there. I mean, Kluber's been pretty bad, and I've done pretty well betting against him. But the problem is that, you know, the Chicago White Sox bats are not that good. I mean, 3.88 runs a game. Kluber's 1-5, like you said. I mean, it's just a question of you know, if I'm going to get any run support from my boy Sale. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know the Marlins got rid of their manager as well, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, breaking news. He is gone. He is out of there, man. So we'll see what happens with that. The final game I got on the ticket here, brother, I got the Philadelphia Phillies at the Colorado Rockies. Philadelphia's got my boy Cole Hamels on the mound, who I've been really, really feeling these days, man. Him and Harang for Philly. So watch out for Philly. They've been blowing up a lot of bankrolls lately, man. Pretty much even money all across the board. I do not have a total up there yet. Let me look at sportsbetterstv.com and see if I can find one there. It's probably like a 10.
I got 9.
You got 9?
Yeah.
That's because of Cole Hamels. And Philly's slightly favored a little bit. You know, if this was in any other ballpark, guys, I would go the other way. You know, I would take Philadelphia. But being in Coors Field, I mean, you never know. You know, somebody gets underneath the ball and gets a power shot off him, hits a 3-run homer. You know, I mean, Coors Field, it's really easy to hit home runs there. So I'm going to fall back from that because, you know, my first choice here, my first choice is the Tigers. My second choice is Chris Sale, but I think I like them equally. So I think I'm going to give out 2 plays tonight, Dream, and I'm going to take both of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I am feeling your no-score first inning with the Matt Harvey game.
No doubt, definitely.
You know what I mean? Let me just look at Lackey one more time. My phone is frozen, so what were Lackey's numbers again?
Hold on one second. I just switched the page. Lackey's numbers are...
I got a dope track playing in the middle of the silence. It's all good. Fine.
2-2 with a 3.22 ERA.
That sounds like a really good play, man. I think we got to go with that too. But that'll be light, you know, like you said, $25-$50, whatever. You know what I'm saying, on the no score first inning with the Mets in St. Lucia. But I like Chris Sale, and I like for the Chicago White Sox, and I like Detroit in this matchup with Kyle Lobstein on the mound, guys. So that's my baseball. Hey, dude, 3 plays out of 8 games, or 7 games, not bad. It almost sounds like a little Dr. Danish. So that's pretty much it. And I got the under going in the hockey game.
I don't mind the under. I told you I think the under is a good play. I like the no score first inning in the Met game, and I like the and I do like the Rangers as well. And the under, I don't mind it. I think the under will work too. I'm just not going to play that. I'm going to play the other 2 and keep it moving from there.
All right. I got a lot of people telling me Philly Picks is telling me go public. That's funny. Let's see. Sanchez is moved to Toronto. That's what, or tomorrow. I'm sorry. Canadian Capper's telling me that. The Jays have Redmond pitching. All right. Interesting. And he's fading them against Wilson. Okay. Got you. My man, the Cheese is on there on the DM tip. He is telling me that Sanchez is out for the Jays. Redmond is in. Okay, everybody's pretty much on the same page there. And we are going from there, guys. Rick Lopez is taking the Astros today. I got my man Corona Picks on the line here. I've got madpicks.com, guys. Go check them boys out. They got some really good stuff. They do a picks contest every week in the MLB. It's really cool. So take a look at what they got going on. Rainmaker's telling me that Kluber has had 18 strikeouts in the last game. Yeah, I'm aware, brother. I'm aware. But you know what? I'm going to bet against him today. I think I'm feeling the Chicago White Sox. I don't know for sure, guys. Like I said, these are all initial leans. Once I get my homework done, that's when I put out my plays. And probably, I would say, anywhere from between 5 and 6 o'clock tonight, I'll have that stuff out there. So that's pretty much it, Dream.
Hey, I'm still reeling from the Clippers, man. I got to be honest with you. I'm still not feeling what the Clippers did to me yesterday.
You got it. Sometimes you got to grab some of them life jackets that I throw at you, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy. What did your boy not tell you? to relax.
He told me, a couple other guys told me, is they gonna keep reminding me how they told me, but I'll say, all right, whatever. You guys, you know, like I said, broken clock's right twice a day. In order to make omelet, you gotta break a couple of eggs, man. I ain't always gonna be right, but hey, like I said, I'm gonna take. My gambling style is always about betting the right team. I'm not going to just be taking a team just because they're an underdog or they're a favorite. I bet in the team that I think is the best team out there as far as I'm concerned. That style has worked for me. Yeah, I might be putting a little bit back on the books today, but I got it to put back on.
Yeah, that's it. That's the key. I mean, it's all part of it.
Key.
It's all inclusive of the bankroll. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Whether it's on or off the books, the bankroll is still the bankroll. You know?
No doubt.
So yeah, and I was thinking about this last night. I mean, that's what makes the show so good, dude. It's like you, me, and Dr. Dan all have different styles.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? I mean, you're. I would say that on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as being wild, I would say Dan is probably the wildest.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean? And I think I'm the most conservative out of us. What do you think? And you're probably somewhere in the middle.
I would say, well, I mean, your style is completely different. I mean, you're like kind of all over the place. I mean, I'm not knocking you, but I'm just saying you try, your futures, then you're parlaying futures, then you're running over. You got a little bit of baseball in, I've been watching your style, and then you're in game moving at the same time too. So you're kind of all over the place with it. So I don't know if I call that conservative.
Well, I don't go ham on games.
Yeah, you don't go. You right. You don't. Well, I get that. You don't go ham on games, but you'll play. I don't know. It's different. Your style is a little bit different. I get some of it I don't. But I would say me and you are probably even with the conservatism.
Conservatism. Guys, who's more conservative, myself or my boy? I don't know. That's a pretty good question, man. That's a pretty good question. Maybe the nation. Either way. I mean, hey.
My style alone, the money line parlay style, the system that really is my main, my mainstay. You don't get no more conservative than that.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get any more conservative than that. Now, it does require you to play, a bit more money, than usual, but I don't think you get more conservative than that.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. So I am on a quest, brother, to get $100,000. That's my goal.
I hope you do, because you owe me 50 of it.
I am on a quest, and I'm going to start my homework. I'm going to start looking at some of these futures and researching, man. I mean, I'm so pissed that I missed that 5,001 number on the Phillies, man. Damn. Pissed about that. Because, if you think about the NL East, who the hell you got in there? You got Atlanta, you got Miami. The only decent team, the Mets are just falling way off. And you've got the Nasties. Just saying. And that goes to show you for the NL East too, or I'm sorry, the AL East. The AL East has the stanks. That's it. You got Tampa Biscuit at like 70-1 right now, and then you've got the Baltimore O's are like 36-1. You've got who else is in there? The Red Sox. We're gonna wait till the Red Sox choke a little bit more before we lock them in. Just saying, man. There's some money to be made out there, because one of these teams in these respective divisions are going to get in the playoffs. That's all I got to say about that. So what you got to close out of here, brother?
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for their involvement, guys who have also patted me on the back, giving me some support in that nasty loss yesterday. I want to thank my man, the kid out there, Rainmaker 512, Philly Picks, Rick Lopez, my man Joey, Alejandro, Yep, Songski, Mr. Solutions, Scott Weaver, Jonesy, Sunny Home Runs Cards, my man Dank, Star Straguzzi, my boy Urban, and I didn't know Straguzzi's from Connecticut.
That's right, yeah. Yeah,
he's from Connecticut.
Him,
me up
Boston
I'm
boy.
like, dude, I didn't know you were in Connecticut. He was talking about Sports Haven and how Dusty it is in there, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't know you were from Connecticut. But big ups to him out there, my boy Urban, Cash Action Bets. TY is out there, Randy Lockhart, Vegas Girl 92661, Sin City Maverick, OJFB, Alex Van Snyder, Betting Beasts APP. Cody Davis is out there, AZ Wildcat 83, The Winning Picks, Almighty Kev, Bengal T, Direct Sports Solution. Guys, get over there and check out the First Lady of the Fake Fans page. She may be on this game. She likes to play the totals as well, so she might be on the under with you, so check her out. Jay Snyder's out there, Deuce, Luis Barrios, Golf Addicts out there, Yip at 82, my man Ben, Sports Capper Zone, Clown Man Swag, Deeks Picks, also my boy Game Changer, Papa Bear, LVC White Shark, and a few others. Guys, I am the Dream. Always remember who you're with and make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
All day long, guys. Yeah, we got Straguzzi out there. We got Boston Boy. We've got Super Mario, I believe, is from Connecticut. Got a lot of Connecticut people on here, man. So looking forward to maybe getting together with you guys one of these days, man. Maybe doing a horse race or, going and catching a game or whatever. We're always around. So with that said, guys, as far as my plays are concerned, I am looking at Chris Sale tonight. I don't know for sure if I'm playing it. I got to take a look and do my homework, but I'm looking at Chris Sale. I'm looking at the Detroit Tigers. I am looking at the no-score first inning in the Mets and St. Lucia Cardinals game, and I'm looking at the under in the Rangers and Tampa Biscuit game as far as the ice is concerned. So, guys, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world, 7 days a week, nonstop. We got Thursday. We got a big show. I got my man Vince Parker coming on. Can't wait to get him on and just tear it up with him. And we're going to go from there. We're working on a couple of other guests as well, guys. So we love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. Do your own homework. Bet your own plays and get that money. Take care.
Peace.